Are you surprised at what Tennessee has done this offseason, trading A.J. Brown, and now if they are going to go quarterback, this is rebuild, and the pick is in. It's Malik Willis. He is the pick. So Ryan Tannehill officially on the clock along with the Arizona Cardinals at 87, and he's making a lot of money. There were flirtations that they were thinking about trading him. I mean, this is a paradigm shift in Tennessee.
It's security. It's security. I think everybody knows, and we just alluded to it, that Tannehill's he's not your all. He's not your answer for everything. And he does need everything around him to be perfect. And unfortunately, everything's not perfect anymore. He lost Julio Jones. He doesn't have A.J. Brown out there. So he's losing some tread in terms of people to throw the ball around to. You still have Derrick Henry, but you need somebody else that can be dynamic, that can create plays. They're going to have to change their identity at some point in time. Teams are not going to allow you to continue to just come downhill and pop you in the mouth with Derrick Henry play after play. At some point in time, you need somebody else that can add an element to your offense that they're going to have to respect.
And you mentioned that the different things that they can do with him. We're talking about a 4-4 athlete, someone who could come in and immediately be one of the best running quarterbacks in the league. They can run. They run a little zone read with Ryan Tannehill. They could do some fun stuff with those two guys who are just crazy with the ball in their hands.
Yeah, and, I mean, this is going to be beneficial for guys like Treylon Burks, right? You're a rookie receiver, and you want to come in and you have big playmaking ability. Get a guy that's going to take chances and try to fit the ball in tight window spaces down the field. I think Malik Willis can do that and kind of make him and that young receiver can grow together. Yeah, I think that's big time.
You build that chemistry together, but this has to be a move where you're not expecting to compete this year. Maybe if you're Tennessee, you're going, well, we've got the equity build up with the fans. They should trust us. John Robinson, the GM, Mike Vrabel, the coach. Maybe they're saying, look, we need to reset this a little bit, move on from Ryan Tannehill. Who knows what the future of Derrick Henry is now? Are we suddenly talking about that as a possibility?
I don't think so. I think that's the bridge that keeps you moving forward so that you can make that kind of gear change. I also think that this is the Patrick Mahomes plan, right? Bring him in, let him learn from a vet who's been through multiple systems, multiple teams, can lead a group, and let Malik grow into his arm is basically what it is. He has an arm and he has his legs. I think a package should be good for him, but he will grow from learning.
Malik Willis went to Westlake High School in Atlanta. You know who else went to Westlake High? Cam Newton. Mm-hmm. So there's some football players that have come out of Atlanta in the past that we've seen as well. So this is now a division where Matt Ryan is the most tenured quarterback, like by a factor of 5. Because you've got Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville, Malik Willis. Ryan Tannehill he's going to play this year, and then Davis Mills. I mean, next year you could have 3 guys who are all under 25 at the quarterback position in the AFC South. This is a changing of the guard here.
Yeah, it definitely is. And like we already mentioned, they're not expecting him to come in and compete right now, but they are expecting him to come in and push Tannehill. I think Tannehill is being in a position of comfort. And I'm a big component of making sure that I don't care what your status is at the quarterback position, unless your name is TB12 or Aaron, I think you need somebody behind you that is pushing you to be better. And I think this is a perfect example of that.
And if there is a changing of the guard in the AFC South, why not do it when all the quarterbacks are young? So it gives you a better chance to kind of have a fighting chance as opposed to, being Trey Lance in the NFC West and you got Kyler Murray and Matthew Stafford over there.
We have Tyler Rowland, who he has just been put through the emotional ringer so far in the last 24 hours. Kai, what has Tyler got to say here?
Up, down, all the emotions, happy, sad face. The value here is good, right? I don't know if this was necessarily the quarterback that they wanted, but it's definitely one of the ones that we had high on our board in terms of talent. So is this a good fit for you think, going forward for the team?
Yeah, I think it's an excellent fit. And you're right, it's been a roller coaster. There's been ups and downs, but I think this is a very high up because I think what this signals is a philosophical change for the Tennessee Titans. They went with youth and remade the defense before the 2021 season, and they added Rashad Weaver and Elijah Molden and Caleb Farley. And now we're seeing that same, wouldn't call it a rebuild, but a retooling on the offensive side of the board. And yeah, the A.J. Brown move was a shell shock to start things out. Right. Absolutely. No way around it. But now you see the vision. You see the plan. They're adding Treylon Burks at wide receiver. You add the offensive tackle that could probably start after a year of grooming, and you take Malik Willis, who can sit behind Ryan Tannehill and learn to improve at the things where he needs improvement. He needs to, be a little less reckless, take the check down, make it easy. He's got to learn how to run an NFL offense, and he has plenty of time to do that because Ryan Tannehill is going to be the starter in 2022. So I think when you take these athletic tools and these incredible traits with the arm strength and the mobility and the playmaking, and you give that player an opportunity with literally no real pressure on him to play year one. You see Justin Fields and some of these rookie quarterbacks where it's like, oh, we don't need to play him year one, but everyone knows those guys need to play year one. This is not that. He has time to groom and develop. I think this is just the perfect fit for the Titans and continues an eye towards 2023 on offense.
The picture seems becoming a little more clear, right? I mean, it's kind of that soft rebuild without doing a full rebuild, right? So you're doing it piecemeal, and then it's not like we have to start at zero. So now going forward, do you think, obviously Tannehill's only got, he's turning 34, one more year. This is the last year, I think, guaranteed. And then is this something where we could see Malik Willis starting next season, you think?
I think that has to be the plan. I think every move we've seen the Titans made points to, hey, in 2023, we're going to go with a youth movement on offense. Hopefully the defense is the better part of the team, which I think it proved last year. It can be. But again, this makes the A.J. Brown trade make a little bit more sense because you can see how they're pushing it towards 2023 and looking at the future. But it does make you wonder. I don't think this was the Titans' plan coming into the draft. I think that the A.J. Brown drop in communication, the deal that he wanted, I think that made them change their plans instantly. And once they dipped their toe in the water and traded A.J. Brown, they decided to dive right in, totally reload the offense with young pieces that plan to play in 2023. And this is a perfect situation for Malik Willis to get ready to do that.
All right, Tyler, we're glad you backed away from the edge. We're doing a little bit better now. Thank you for joining us. Husa, thank you for joining us. We're going to check over